This book made me so mad that I had to DNF it completely.
Know your fucking place, trash!
A few months ago, I came across a particular book at my local library. The book was called Death and Heels by Kitty Murphy. It's about a character named Fee whose best friend Robin is making his debut as his drag persona, Maybe, at the drag club popularly known as Trash. The show turned out great, but another queen named Eve ruins it by dressing up in Maybe's clothes and making fun of their performance. If that wasn't bad enough, Eve later ends up dead, which makes the timing awfully suspicious. I was really looking forward to reading this book because it was my first book that featured characters who were drag queens. But after I read 5 chapters and skimmed through the rest of the book, I got severely frustrated. You know when you read a book and you start hating the characters so much that it makes your blood boil? Yeah, that was exactly my experience with this book. I'm now gonna go over everything that made me mad, but just so you know, all the points won't be in order. I'm gonna go over whatever point comes first as I'm writing this script, so if it feels like I'm jumping all over the place, I apologize. First of all, I found it weird that everyone was so quick to dismiss Eve's death as an accident, especially the police. I mean, law enforcement has a history of being dismissive towards LGBTQ+ people, but it's still weird.
You weird, buddy. You're weird!
How can they be sure that her death was really an accident? Aren't they supposed to do a post-mortem before determining the cause of death? Because what looks like an accident could actually be a murder and vice versa. Then again, the police in this book are utterly incompetent and also very disrespectful. There's a scene where Fee goes to the police station to get more information on the case, and the receptionist kept misgendering Eve.
Look, I said. I didn't know Eve's family, but Liam's, she corrected me. I paused. Then I smiled, with no humour at all. Eve's, I said again. Liam's. His. He was a man. True, I thought. But we'd gone way beyond truth. We'd reached petty. And I may not be able to walk in heels, but I am queen of petty. She was a man who preferred the female pronoun when she was in drag, I said sweetly. If a queen is in drag, she is her drag name and her chosen pronoun. I slowed until I matched the speed she'd used for me earlier. Most go with the female pronoun, although there are some, like Delpine, who use the male pronoun. I was being pedantic, but the woman was annoying me. If he was in his boy clothes, he would be Liam. She died in drag. She is Eve. The woman pursed her lips. He's not in drag now, she said.
Bitch, are you dumb?
Pardon me?
Are you dumb?
I think she's dumb.
I think she's dumb.
I think she's dumb.
Are
you
dumb.
Like, medically speaking?
Like, maybe has some respect for the victim? Also, I get people were still upset about what Eve did on stage that night, but it wouldn't hurt to express a little concern. She was murdered after all. Second of all, the character Robin is annoying. Like, really, really annoying. He is the worst best friend. Don't get me wrong, Fee makes some bad decisions in the book as well, but she didn't tick me off as much as Robin did. I understand that since he has his dream job, he won't be able to spend as much time with Fee as he used to, but that doesn't mean he can just push her to the side entirely. Ever since he got hired at the club, he starts treating Fee very differently. He acts really rude to her and doesn't stick up for her when his drag friends make fun of her. He's dismissive of her feelings. He even calls her Little Straight Girl, a name he knows she doesn't like. Speaking of which, what's with the nickname Little Straight Girl? Did I miss something? Is being straight somehow bad? I didn't understand why they kept mentioning her sexuality with this name. What if she started calling Robin Little Gay Boy? Would the name calling still be funny?
No.
You know when you have a friend who joins the popular crowd and they start acting like the mean girls in the group? Yeah, that was the vibe I was getting from Robin. Also, Fee helped Robin create the Maybe persona. She was there for every step of the creative process and was his emotional support. Knowing that makes his behavior even worse because it looks like he threw her aside once he got what he wanted. He also gets mad at Fee for being worried about his well-being. My guy, she came across a dead body dressed as your drag persona. She thought that was you. So excuse her if she's a little concerned for you. And what do you know, turns out the killer was after Robin the entire time. So I guess she was right to be worried, huh? Okay, enough about him. Let's move on to the next point. Now we go over the character that made me mad the most. The character that made me wish I could strangle them through the pages. Thora. Where do I begin with Thora? Seriously, I hated this character with a vengeance. She's so condescending to Fee and treats her like she doesn't belong in their friend group. Like, because she identifies as straight, that means she can't hang out with the drag community. And as I said before, Robin doesn't stand up to Thora at all on Fee's behalf. Not even when Thora kicks Fee out of the club after she found Eve dead.
Sickness rolled through me. I swallowed hard. My wet clothes rubbed on my skin. My feet sloshed, too loud in the big hall. I put my hand over my mouth. "Time to go home, little straight girl," said Thora. The cruel jibe pierced through me. My shoulders fell. "Will you back off calling her that?" said Dell. Thora crossed the floor. She smiled at me, sweet as a nightmare. "Whatever terrible accident happened to Eve Harrington happened outside of those doors," she said. "It did not happen here, pet." I stared up into her painted eyes. Little Eve Harrington is no longer our problem. She looked away. "I will not have my club turned into some grisly murder scene," she said. Robin lowered himself into one of the square chairs like a fallen leaf in a storm.
Boy, if you don't get...
Ma'am, she found a dead body. She can't stay around a little longer to calm her nerves? You're really gonna make her go home by herself? Is she killing the mood that bad? And Robin's just sitting there doing nothing. Just watches his best friend get kicked out for no reason. I get Thora is his boss now and he doesn't want to jeopardize his job, but that's not an excuse for Thora to be so rude. It's good that the club is called trash because this character is straight up garbage. There's other stuff that made me mad, but I'm just gonna stop here. Yeah, this book was a letdown and all of the characters suck. Except for Dell. If you read the book, you know who I'm talking about. Dell was the only good friend to Fee, period. Robin can shove it. And Thora can go die in a ditch somewhere.
Bitch! Why you mad?
I know I'm being overdramatic, but I can't help how I feel. This book made me so upset that I started crying tears of frustration at one point. I'm dead serious. I'm even getting heated as I'm writing this script. Heck, I'm getting heated just by reading the script. The only other books that triggered such visceral reactions from me was Pushing the Limits and Dare You To by Katie McGarry. And even they didn't affect me this bad. Comment down below. Did you read this book? What did you think? Did you love it or were you as annoyed as I was? If anyone knows any good books where the characters are drag queens, let me know please. Anyway, that was my quick take. Thank you, goodbye.